Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.
Hello everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Piyush Ahuja, CEO and founder of Leadership R Us, with an aim to provide exceptional talent management solutions encompassing human capital management consulting, recruitment, leadership, and soft skill training and executive coaching. Piyush has conducted hundreds of training topics in 23 countries across four continents for employees of different levels with his exemplary leadership and behavioral skills capabilities. Piyush is a seasoned professional who has worked for over 2 decades with American Express as a part of the core project team that diligently worked on making it feature as the best place to work. We welcome you to this expert interview series, sir, and we seek to learn from your experiences.
So I realized that while working at American Express, although I had worked in 6 different departments, I had almost mastered everything that I could learn, and I was looking for my next new stretch goal. So I wanted to challenge myself to my next, you can say, aspirational goal in life, which is of providing my expertise on the best talent practices to people even outside of American Express, especially organizations who would like to strive to succeed with outstanding people. So I was thinking that, yes, I've got the expertise with regards to providing talent management consulting services to leaders within American Express. I did not want to confine myself to that. And that kind of gave me the itch or the prompt that I should now take the plunge and try to share my knowledge, my expertise of talent management consulting to organizations outside of American Express. Very good question. So all of us have to acknowledge that we are in a fiercely competitive market when it comes to attracting and retaining top-tier talent. And what we did was we kind of focused on the basics. And when I say basics, the basics is around employee experience. So what is the employee experience all about? So employee experience is about engagement. It's about the work culture. It's about the compelling employment value proposition. And we said that for us to be successful, we have to have a very compelling employment value proposition. The employment value proposition itself has 5 parts to it. So what are those 5 parts? The first one is about the career opportunity. The career opportunity is composed of, can I actually make sure that candidates see themselves having adequate opportunity to grow? What is their future career and development opportunity? Do we pursue an environment which promotes meritocracy? Do we promote an environment which has something to do with the growth of the individual? And most importantly, some of the people also like to have a stability in their careers. So these are some of the things in the first component when it comes to the career opportunity. The second employment value proposition is about the rewards program. So in the rewards program, it's not just only the compensation or the salary that we want to give to employees. We also want to supplement it with health benefits. There's a lot of focus on well-being, including things like mental health as well. So we want to take the individual holistically, because a human being is not just only about work. It's about how we can give them a life which is balanced and helps them pursue their higher purpose. We also want to make sure the retirement benefits and there's adequate vacation so that they can get a break from repetitive work as well. The third one, which is very important, is about the organization itself. When we look at the organization, we're talking about things like the customer prestige. Oh, so we are serving this client. and we want to serve this client. So there is prestige associated with it.
Right.
Then empowerment. Empowerment is about how do we empower our employees to feel that they have an equal stake in the success of the organization, which also translates into accountability.
Right.
Next is about environment responsibility. We want every employee to feel that they are responsible for the environment that we are working in. So how can we contribute towards a more, you can say, healthy environment that we live and work in? Ethics and integrity. So if we can just make sure that there is no compromise ever in the ethics and integrity within the organization right from the top, then it will permeate down throughout the organization, and it kind of strengthens the principles with which we want to work. The next is about formality of work environment. Here, we want to make sure that there is a collegial, you can say, environment, but still it has a certain boundary defined. And this cannot be done overnight. There is a lot of effort that goes into bringing in that reputation so that potential candidates think that they're working for a great employer, and even existing employees should take pride in working for our organization. Another important aspect that we made sure that we are doing is about the diversity, equity, and inclusion. Right. We want to make sure that we have plenty of people who are from diverse backgrounds, because that's when we can say that our products and services are also developed and are going to appeal to a wider spectrum of people. That's most important for us. But if we develop the products only from a very limited set of people, because of their very limited set of preferences, the product could only appeal to a smaller set of people. So to break that challenge, we've got to have some great diversity, equity, inclusion practices so that we are successful in a more global environment. And we kind of encourage risk-taking, calculated risk-taking, not unrestricted risk-taking. Along with that, we feel that we have to foster the culture of social responsibility. That kind of makes them feel that this organization is not here to only exploit, but rather, what can we give back to the society where we live and thrive? Okay. And last but not the least, all of this is essentially just targeted towards doing what? Just making a well-known product or service brand through its employees. In summary, there is career opportunity, there's the rewards, there's the organization, there's the people, there's the work. And all of these are equally important for us to build and make our talent acquisition efforts easier in a fiercely competitive environment. I think we need to understand that when employees are with us, there will never be an ideal situation where they have all of the skills to do all of the responsibilities in their role successfully. Yeah. And that's where the opportunity comes in with regards to the learning and development initiative. So what we do is we first of all take a dynamic approach. So we try to structure ourselves to quickly and easily align with some of the evolving skill needs, recognizing that conditions in the workplace are always changing. They're never static, right? Right. So by doing this, we stay up to date on current needs and we don't waste resources when future needs predictions are incorrect. So that's number one. Okay. So that's the number one thing about taking a dynamic approach. Okay. Let's look at number two. So the number two thing we have is about gathering good enough skills data. We're not saying complete data because that's like we're never going to be getting that, right? So we just gather sufficient information for us to be taking some informed decisions around skills that we have today. And that is what we want to make most of the leaders comfortable with, because as I mentioned, it's not about collecting the comprehensive or complete data, but it's about just good enough data so that we can keep up with the changing skills and just approaches that we need to adopt for learning and development better meet the organization's needs. Then the third one is about balancing frontline and leader perspectives on skills. So what we do this is we kind of create a skills sensing network. So what's a skills sensing network? We kind of look at employees from a variety of business areas which contribute to perspectives about business unit needs. And then we combine the leader expertise on talent with diverse internal feedback for a more accurate assessment of organization skills that can be achieved. The fourth one is about being able to get some external market data as well. And this one is a little bit difficult, but I would still say that what is it that we have available in the market with regards to the skills that are available? And we kind of take a multi-layered approach so that we can gain a more robust view of the organization and industry's skill needs. And the last one, the fifth one that we have is how do we incorporate some of the regular opportunities so that we can course correct? Because we've got to do these consistent check-ins with an established skill sensing network that kind of allows us to proactively identify changes in the workforce needs and respond with the learning and development agenda changes. So that's an approach that we kind of adopt for addressing the skill gaps within the organization. When we are measuring the effectiveness of our learning and development programs, we need to begin with the end in mind.
Right.
And what I mean by that is, what do our stakeholders want? So the number one is results. To what degree will the learning program improve a specific business outcome? Number two is the value. What will be the return on the learning investment? And last but not the least, which is number three, is the application. We can deploy technology to gain efficiencies in the data collection process. So we can have some in-system analytics, provide timely insights. And that's where we can say we can just take it a step further by applying some advanced analytics to gain deeper insights by looking for relationships, differences, or by creating predictive models.
Right.
So if I was to say that there is one vertical which is about efficiency measures, the second vertical could be about the effectiveness measures.
Right.
And the third vertical is about the outcome measures. So remember, once again, efficiency, effectiveness, and outcome.
Okay.
Right? So to give you an example, when we say the number of people trained, that's an efficiency measure. But the effectiveness measure is the satisfaction with the training. But the outcome measure is about increase in, let's say, customer satisfaction.
Okay.
So you see the difference, right? Number of people trained, satisfaction with the training is an effectiveness measure, but the outcome is the increase in the customer satisfaction. We can also look at other aspects like, cost of training per program, or cost of training per learner, or cost of training per hour. Now, all of these are efficiency measures. Now, all of this are some things that we have been providing as measures to some of our clients to whom we have been providing the learning and development program matrix that they truly appreciate, that we help them bring in a more objective approach of measuring the effectiveness. So let's understand that today technology is leveraged to get, first of all, the external market insights. What's the demand and supply of certain skills? So we can get that, and that's available now readily. And we use that technology to get a more deeper insight about this and be able to get teams which are helpful in making certain decisions. Because when we move to the next step, which is the hiring needs and the depth that we have, we kind of have to forecast accurately the skills, the roles needed to meet the business's short and long-term strategic goals.
Okay.
And that should bring us to the next step of branding, attraction, and sourcing. And that, again, we kind of use technology because we kind of build candidates' understanding of the value proposition to drive the decision making and locate the best talent for hard to fill roles by making sure that the candidates are being taken through that entire journey by use of technology.
Okay.
Overall, we're trying to bring in a marvelous candidate experience because we try and map the candidate experience throughout the recruitment process to complete so that we can complete the process and compete effectively for talent. And that's only possible when we kind of utilize technology wherein we know that this is how the candidate would want it to progress for them. And we feel that the next stage in that journey for the candidate would be the assessment and selection, which has been also automated to a certain extent and made more objective because we can then evaluate and choose the best fit talent to fill the critical skill gaps in a shorter period. And then the last step is about onboarding. So even the onboarding process, once the selection has been done, how can I just make sure that the candidate is kind of integrated into the organization and we kind of improve the time to productivity so that they are ready work day one.
Okay.
So that's how we are using technology for making sure that we're able to continue to catch up, or rather make sure that we can compete with our competitors in hiring premium talent. My advice would be that you can harness the infinite potential of humans for solving the biggest challenges that the world faces through behavioral science expertise that will bring about the best from talent in any business. I don't need to chase happiness extraneously. If I just make another living entity feel happy, I'm sure I will be happy too.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your experience, and I'm sure that our viewers will understand and appreciate the intelligent nuggets that you presented to us. So thank you so much, and I hope we can do this again sometime, sir.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.